These are the true pizza delivery stories that posted on Reddit. I was delivering to a hospital one night, and I went in the doors that were on the delivery description. I wound up at a check-in desk where no one was around. Behind me were several recovery rooms, all with lights out. I looked around for anyone who might have placed the order, but ended up just hanging at the desk for a few more minutes. From the room directly to my right, I could hear a sad, weak voice say, "I just want to go home." I turned and saw a man with several tubes in and out of him. His lamp was faintly lit, and he was locking eyes with me. At that moment, the person who ordered showed up at the desk, and we did the little pizza exchange. As I turned around to leave, I looked into the room where the guy with the tubes was. There was no one there, no light on, no tubes, and no sign that anyone had even used the bed. I made sure it was the correct room by pretending to forget where the exit door was, and examined a few of the rooms, all of which empty. I was a pizza lady, but I guess this still applies. I worked at Pizza Hut, and I had an order for 4 large pizzas in a pretty horrible part of town, Polk County, full, where they manufacture crazy, and the house was really dark looking, but I didn't think anything of it at the time. These 2 guys were out front, and it never clicked in my mind that they were just standing in front of a vacant house. Anywho, I looked down to give them the price on the receipt, and one of them hit me in the face. And they robbed me, which wasn't anything but about $45, $50 in pizzas. When I fell back though, I landed weird, and it crushed all my metatarsals, which are feet bones. I'm sure they didn't intend to hurt me that badly, but I did have them all replaced with metal rods, which rejected twice. So it turned into a whole big 18-month free surgery ordeal over less than $50. This happened 4 years ago when I was still in high school. I was told to do my last delivery of my shift. I got in my car, which was a 1999 Camry, perfect for delivering pizzas. I GPSed the address on my phone. I live upstate in the country, so all pizza deliveries were long drives. I remember the sun was starting to set, so it was probably around 7 o'clock. I'd say after a good 15 minutes of driving through the foresty dirt roads, my GPS said I had arrived. It was an old little cottage-like house, made almost entirely out of wood. It was sitting all by itself in the middle of absolutely nothing but forest. The lawn was completely unkempt, as the grass was almost at knee height. I was used to this kind of thing, so I didn't think much of it. I took the pizza to the front door. There was no doorbell, so I knocked loudly on the door. Within 10 seconds, I heard the sound of footsteps hitting wood on the inside of the house. The footsteps made it to the door and stopped. I started to feel uneasy. I got the feeling that I was being watched. And that's when I noticed there was a peephole in the door. "It's the pizza guy," I called out. I heard a low, harsh-sounding voice on the other side of the door, telling me to bring the pizza out back. I didn't like the idea of going back there. Something didn't seem right. "Are you sure, sir?" I called out. He didn't answer my question. The sound of footsteps didn't move away from the door, so I had the feeling he was still watching me. I almost found myself walking back to my car, but I decided I didn't want any trouble with my boss. The last time I brought a pizza back, he gave me attitude. So I reluctantly walked through the uncut grass and around the small house to the back. I remember there was a shed and a little patio back there. In the patio, there was a table with 4 chairs surrounding it. In one of the chairs, facing away from me. I saw the head of somebody sitting in the seat. I began walking over and said, "Excuse me." But the person didn't even move an inch. "Excuse me," I said again louder. Then from behind me, I heard PSST. Over her. This happened 4 years ago. When I was still in high school, I was told to do my last delivery of my shift. I got in my car, which was a 1999 Camry. Perfect for delivering pizzas. I GPSed the address on my phone. I live upstate in the country, so all pizza deliveries were long drives. I remember the sun was starting to set, so it was probably around 7 o'clock. Back to my car, for some reason still holding the pizza. I got in my car, started it, and got away from there. On my way back to the pizzeria, I pulled over to the side of the road and called the police. Eventually, I was informed that there was no sign of anybody having been in that house for a long time. I quit my delivery job a few days after that. I have no idea what would have happened had I gone up to that man. But to this day, I still wished had just turned my head to see who or what was sitting in that patio chair. So if you want part 2 of Pizza Delivery Boy, then subscribe to our channel. Till then, bye.